as we move towards God and upward towards the light, the natural progression is that the dark things fall away and are purified out of us. So we become more filled with light. As a soul moves towards darkness and goes further into the darker spheres, a lot of the light falls away. This is said in Catholic doctrine. They talk about how the souls in hell hate God. I don't know that, I haven't been to every single hell realm. Believe me, there's infinities of them, just as there are infinities of light realms and infinities of purgatorial realms. But you definitely experience what you see as when souls are throwing out that light and they become more bitter, more filled with avarice, more greedy, more whatever their vice is, it will be accelerated or exaggerated. And so it's like choosing to become more embedded into whatever it might be. And it becomes harder, because you have to then become no longer compatible to it in order to rise out of it. Emanuel Swedenborg, who was a 16th century mystic, put it well, and this is what I've seen, is we go where we're compatible after death. And so you have to become no longer compatible to those things. That's when, when I'm saying that when a soul is ready or a soul cries out for help, that's when they've become not compatible to that place and they have reached higher. It's much harder to do that. Can you imagine how hard it is to do when we see how hard things are to do in a mortal realm like where we live and how we struggle with our vices here? How much harder it is to do that when you are subsequently going into lower spheres. So we don't want to make things worse for ourselves. A lot of us do not even think of that part of it because we've talked about standing still, doing the same thing over and over again. But what about those that we know go further down and just make things worse for themselves? That happens too. We don't like to talk about it. Nobody likes to talk about it, but unfortunately, we know it happens.